pals, it's Kassie, and welcome back to another reaction video of Naruto Shippuden. As always, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers and anyone watching this video. Thank you so much for watching and continuing to follow me on this crazy shinobi journey. I would also like to give a very special thank you to my patrons. And before we get started, first of all, Happy New Year. It is the new year, except not really when I'm recording this. It's still December. But for the time that this comes out, it will be a Happy New Year. So I hope everybody had a great holiday season, that they got lots of rest. I'm doing okay, which leads me to my second thing, because I talk with my hands, but I have a lovely finger splint. It's not broken. It's fine. It's just, I mean, you can kind of see it. It's very, like, bruised. It's fine. It is my luck. And I won't go too much into it. Just, it happened at work and the other person involved feels really bad. And it was an accident, but that's okay. So, just addressing it now, I'm fine, everything's fine, but because I talk with my hands, you're going to see it. Hopefully, I should be able to take it off today, but this is also to prevent me from smacking it against something else and hurting it further, so we're doing great. So, without further ado, on to the recap. In the last episode, now granted, I don't remember if this is the last episode or 2 episodes ago, but frankly, we had a lot of, like, boring Sasuke episodes, and I feel bad because everyone's like, how can you think Sasuke is boring? It was a lot of flashback, and, like, I understand because it's probably going to be important. They usually, in this show, and in a lot of other shows, but in this show, they do a lot of flashback before they get back to the point that relates to all the flashbacks, in case you forgot, because the series is so long, which I understand, I get, but I'm very curious where we're going. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the last episode was like a Sasuke flashback episode. And that's where we're at. But overall, recap-ish from what's been happening in the war arc is that Naruto and fake Madara are fighting, except not really, because he's using Jinchuriki Pass to fight him. And he had like a little chakra talk with the tailed beast in the previous Jinchuriki, and it was really interesting, and he learned a bunch of names, and I'm very curious how that's going to play out further, what kind of role is that whole significance of that. Very interesting. The past of the tailed beast, also interesting. I want to know more about that. The other thing that I have been seeing as the episodes have come out with fake Madara, a lot of people are like, Cassie, you could figure it out if you looked at the context clues. You know, I probably could. And I actually do have one guess. I have one guess, but I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. And I don't want to be right. And I think I might wait to say what it is. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But I'm also, yeah, I'm just afraid. But I will say this. You guys say that I could figure it out from context clues. The other flip side of that is, are you sure? Have you watched my videos? I'm not very smart. I like to watch, like, investigative mystery stuff because I like the challenge of mysteries. And usually me and my mom can figure out, like, any mystery episode of whatever, any crime scene show. We like crime scene shows. We can figure it out. But this I'm not so sure. Again, I have one major guess, but it feels wrong. But somehow, because I've been rewatching Harry Potter and stuff recently, I feel like it might be right. And I hate that for me. I really hope I'm wrong. So, we're not going to say what it is now. I think I'm going to wait. Because I feel like they're not going to tell me in the next, like, 4 episodes. If they do, I will laugh, and you guys might laugh at me. By the time this comes out, I've already watched them, so we'll all know. But, yeah, let us get into this without further ado. I feel like I skipped a whole bunch of other recap stuff, but that's the most important thing, because Sasuke has to come up eventually. Oh, are we going back to the Kage versus real Madara fight? forgot about this. This is also very important, obviously.
This should pulverize Madara.
Should it? Would it? Can it?
Deep forest bloom.
You know, I want to be excited for the plants, but no. That look right there, he knew. He was just like, I've got this. You guys are nothing.
It's getting closer. What now?
Hold on. That's grandfather's. Kage!
Yes, I know.
Right. Her grandfather was the wood style user that he somehow got his jutsu. I forgot how that happened. They explained it. I don't remember it.
Just look at the sheer scale of it. To create a forest in an instant.
Everyone!
I know that it's not a good forest,
Don't inhale it!
but
Not
does this
just
make up for all the
the
trees that
forest
they've destroyed?
emergence, but the deep forest bloom as well. How dare you, Kabuto?
Yeah, Kabuto. Look at that smug little look on his face.
Powerful as the first Hokage, Hashirama Senju. Everyone says that. In fact, many doubt that his power was as strong as legends say. Just like they think the Sage of the Six Paths' power was a fairy tale. It's time to show them that all the myths...
I just got a huge, like a creeping chill. Not the instant chill that just slowly moved up my arms. And I'm like, ooh!
Too distracted by the flowers.
No way.
Red flowers are pretty, right? Not those ones. Obviously, they're gonna kill them. Oh, great. Now they're in the poisonous gas stuff.
Seems that it's time to burn things up now.
Fire style.
Oh, it's flammable. Great.
Majestic demolish.
Or is he just burning the forest? He doesn't make up for it. Obviously.
Water stuff.
Well, not water, or lava. Using water. See, and they said he lived too long. No. He lasted longer than all the youngins.
I guess I'm too old to do anything.
Oh, that's not true. I'm sure. There's no way all the Kage are gonna die, right? I mean, well... There's no way. Oh my gosh, are we getting backstory?
You need to learn to be true and sure, and scrub until your hands blur.
His rhymes and puns are killing me.
What?
Gotta love old people.
Listen, symbol of our village or not, this thing looks like nothing more than a plain old ordinary rock if you ask me.
Ah. The whole polish, a diamond in the rough situation.
Onoki, I can tell the worth of any stone I see just by taking a good look at it for a moment or two. This rock is a symbol. It carries inside of it our village's will of stone. It is...
Yeah, the will of stone. It's like the will of the leaf or, the will of fire or whatever it is they said.
That wasn't the agreement. Lord Hashirama said...
There is no alliance now. You'll merely bow down to the might of the hidden leaf. And also, never mention that shinobi's name in my presence again.
Again, because he lost to him, right? Okay, but did he do it to just destroy the temple? Because if he wanted to kill him, he would. Obviously, we know this much. He's like the most powerful shinobi ever, right? Or whatever. Like, if he wanted to kill them, he would have. So how did he... You know what? Maybe a story for another time. Is it kind of like you couldn't do it then, but you could do it now? Okay, they have the real inspirational, the hype music. Yeah, with the guitar.
Particle style. Atomic dismantling jutsu.
Woo! Wow. Look at that Tsuchikage go. Never disrespect your elders.
Excuse for making such an excuse. Let's go.
Yeah, let's roll. Wow, and this battlefield with the I don't like the cut trees, but in the same way, the cut trees is a great battlefield.
Nice job, Onoki.
Good, you're all awake. All right then, let's get on with our counterattack.
There he is now.
Yeah, this old man's showing you up. Not the slow turn, and then the sudden stop of the music.
However, your step is still too weak. Is that the first Hokage's place?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What? I thought they couldn't use the first Hokage and the... I hate this. I thought they said they couldn't use the first Hokage. Maybe it's because he's not actually bringing him back to life. He just, like, I just assumed because he couldn't bring him back to life as a zombie thing, that means that he couldn't use his powers or whatever. But he can? I know I said it before, but this just makes sense. It's the slow motion, creepy little music moment. He's probably gonna think he's seeing a ghost or something. Not that far off if you think about it. He's not a ghosty, but he is a zombie.
I have become a reanimated shinobi. No time to talk right now. There's something important that I have to do.
So what?
Not
I don't care.
going
You're
to
here
the
right in front of me
village.
right now. Then I have questions for you.
You
Ask
know,
me later.
actually, that's fair.
But you probably won't listen.
You're the one who
He's not
told
wrong.
me to come and find you once I had the same eyes as you. Now you want to run away from me?
He's not running away. He wasn't even talking to you.
We each live inside our own fantasies. I asked you to think about it that way. And about how one's reality might be an illusion. However, my truth is real.
I no longer live inside an illusion, and I can see through your genjutsu.
You and your little
These
angsty
eyes
self keep saying
are
that.
your eyes.
Good for you. He clearly doesn't care. Well, he probably does, because that's what he kind of wanted, but...
I know how much you've changed.
You're wrong. You were the one who changed my world long ago.
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to die too. You were also supposed to kill me along with both our parents. But no.
Survivor's guilt. Even more so that you're seeing... Well, not that it wasn't there before, but you're really seeing it now.
He simply did what he had to. The discrimination by the village and the object of their antagonism. He shouldered all the blame himself. No one should ever question Itachi's decision and the sacrifices he made.
And somehow it feels like Sasuke is questioning it. I don't know if he really is, but it feels like he is.
Now explain it. Why me? Why? Why did you spare only me?
Actually,
He just couldn't bring himself to
that's
kill you.
a really good question.
Do you understand what that means?
He's probably been asking the
Why
universe
me?
for a
What's
long
different
time,
about me
and
versus
now
our father or mother? Why
wants
only
to ask.
me?
Because you
source.
didn't know anything. You had no part in the Uchiha clan's folly. You were just a child.
Weren't there other children besides Sasuke?
You ought to decide your journey for yourself.
No matter how you try to obscure the signposts, my eyes can strip away all of your lies.
Can they?
What's so damn funny?
Nothing. Just realizing that the signposts were not your only guides.
When you were alive, you never paid any attention to me. Always flicking my forehead saying, "Forgive me," and running off. And even now that you're dead, you're still running away?
I'm not running away from
He's
you.
got something to
As
do.
I told you, there's something important I have to do.
Going for
I must
Kabuto.
stop the reanimation jutsu.
Thank you! Don't you smile that way, Kabuto.
His blood runs through your veins, doesn't it?
And what if it does?
Then I will take you down first.
Taking out a unit's medical ninja first is a well-established tactic. Surely you don't think we'd let you do something like that so easy?
It's not about her being a medical ninja. It's about her being the blood relative.
Is that she's a descendant of Hashirama Senju. Your medical ninjutsu is only strong enough to defer death for what essentially amounts to a meaningless period of time. It's pathetic compared to what Hashirama Senju was able to accomplish.
Oh, please. Are you really comparing her to her grandfather? I get that he was, like, great, but also, what?
Everyone viewed him as the ultimate shinobi.
Great, everybody is
I
different.
once fought a battle against him, putting my own life on the line. Compared to that, this is nothing.
That really bothers me.
So even if you are his descendant, what do you really have to offer? Just what can you hope to do in this battle? You cannot use wood style. Your medical ninjutsu doesn't even come close to his. And most of all, you're merely a weak woman.
I really don't like him now.
My medical ninjutsu is pathetic compared to the first Hokage, who didn't need hand signs.
Yeah, but
And
everybody's
it is also
different.
true that I am a woman.
Who cares? That means absolutely nothing.
A woman. But I am not a weak woman, far from it.
Yeah, you tell him. I love that it has the panel on both the female Kages.
Something else. Something passed down to me from the first Hokage. And that gift is what my true power is. Don't dare underestimate the will of fire!
Yeah, you tell him. That's probably the end of the episode. Yeah. Okay, we went a lot of places in this episode. We kind of checked in a little bit with everybody except for Naruto, Bee, and fake Madara, and like everybody that's over there. We've mostly focused on the Kage and real Madara, and then Sasuke and Itachi, which I think is great because in my mind, I was like, yeah, he's gonna go stop Sasuke, but he's like the more important thing. And you know what? It makes so much sense because it's fine. I'm dumb. But if you really want to change the course of this battle and, you know, give your side a fighting chance, you should take out the person that keeps creating zombies. That makes so much sense. And yes, like I'm sure in some ways he could face Sasuke and Sasuke has his own agenda, but that is like really realistically, it is like one battle in the entire war. And he could stop Sasuke and win that battle, but they could still lose the war. So if he really wants to give the overall war a fighting chance, he really should stop Kabuto. It makes so much sense, but you know, they still got their little reunion moment, which is kind of needed, kind of necessary, I guess, if he's going to be, you know, wandering around and all that fun stuff, but not what I expected, to be honest. Them talking about the past, and I do understand it. I give Sasuke a lot of crap, but I do feel that, you know, especially with a survivor's guilt as traumatic as him having questions, totally reasonable. But he had so much, the last time him and Itachi faced each other, you know, whenever Itachi died, his focus was solely on, like, you are solely responsible for all of my pain and suffering, so I'm going to kill you. And then finding out the truth and having all of these even more so, because I'm sure his survivor's guilt was already bad. Like, why me? Why? But like, because it's me, now it is my responsibility to like avenge the clan and whatever. And then that focus like shifts and suddenly it's like, why, like, if you did all of this for, you know, me and all, maybe not me, but like all this for different reasons, you know, why did you let, like, the survivor's guilt questions asking the universe, why me? Must be on a totally different level. So to see him again, yeah, heck yeah, I would understand stopping in your tracks and chasing him instead of going towards the leave. He's got questions. But I do agree. Itachi's like, it's not like you're going to listen anyway, because it's true. Sasuke, even though he has the questions, he is so angsty that he's already determined what the answers to the questions are, and he's already in a way accepted them, but he still wants to ask, which is a very real, very understandable response. But at the same time, I'm like, are your ears open? Are your eyes seeing? Because the last time when we talked to Naruto, you said that you could no longer see the light, so maybe Itachi will kind of maybe get through to him in some way. But really, it's going to have to be Naruto. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. But that whole interaction, that whole section, very interesting, very fascinating, and very understandable. The other part of it with the Kage fighting real Madara, like, first of all, him saying you're weak because you're a woman, I'm sorry. I don't like that. I am not saying that, I mean, I just think that there are a lot of things that people, yeah, I don't like that. So, in a way, because if I had to break this down into regular anime / shonen terms, his ultimate rival was her grandfather. He was so good at everything. Like, he knows that he's good. We know that he's like one of the, well, probably not the best because, you know, he was defeated by her grandfather, but like one of the best ninja to have ever lived. We know that. They've given us plenty of context clues that he was like one of the greatest, one of the ultimate threats. Like, we get that. His rivalry, like, to acknowledge that that her grandfather was like the first Hokage was a truly great ninja, I feel like says a lot because we know how good he is. But comparing somebody to somebody else, even if they are in the same family, that used to happen to me and my brother all the time. And my brother was always upset because he was like, you know, I really don't think that it's fair that I'm getting compared to my older sister. And I was like, you're right, it's not, because we're not the same person. We don't have the same mind. We don't think the same. Like, we could be raised the same, but that doesn't mean that we process things the same. We're not going to turn out the same. If everybody was the same, oh God, I would not want there to be a whole bunch of me's. You know what I mean? And I kind of get it in a way from like a rivalry standpoint where he wants, in a probably some weird twisted way, to face somebody strong because he has faced like the strongest there is. But at the same time, calling her weak and just like, even if she can't use wood style, even if she doesn't have like the same prowess in medical ninjutsu, she still does great and amazing things. And I know that to a guy like him probably doesn't matter that much, but everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses that they excel at. I know that's not the point of this, but that really irks me, especially when he was like, you're a weak woman. Being a woman has nothing to do with being weak. I'm sorry, maybe I'm biased because I am, in fact, a female. Surprise. But I don't know. I think about like last year when I was really sick and my lungs spontaneously collapsed. And to be perfectly honest, the first procedure I had to go through, I was awake for. And all the doctors were like, you are handling this very well and not being like ultra dramatic. And that's actually the words that they used. And I was like, yeah, well, I have other things in my life that cause me pain and suffering. And this, while absolutely incredibly painful, not that bad. Pretty much on the same wavelength, if not lower. So I don't think being a woman has anything to do with strength. And I like that Tsunade said that she has more than physical strength. Just because she doesn't have the same, she doesn't use the same jutsu style, and she doesn't she can't use medical ninjutsu without signs like her grandfather. She has something that is just as strong, and I feel like, you know, that's the theme of like all shonen, but especially this theme of Naruto. And so anyway, good episode. Lots of really interesting things that happened. A lot of little tidbits and moving the story forward, especially after the last episode. There was a lot of flashback, which I assume again is important, but also anyways, thank you all so much for watching and continuing to follow me on my shinobi journey. And until next time, bye.